Hey there folks, Ash here, and I'm really excited to talk about this comic, or this series in general, because finally the Omega Rangers are getting their own comic. Because when the Omega Rangers first appeared in Necessary Evil, a lot of people were hoping they'd get their own spin-off, and I didn't think that Boom Studios would actually do it, because I just didn't think the Omega Rangers would be appearing in future appearances of the Power Ranger comics, but they're back, and they're getting their own comic, which is freaking awesome, because not only is it Jason, Zack, and Trini getting their own adventures with Lord Drakken, but we're going to be diving deeper and deeper into the universe of Power Rangers out in space, and I'm really excited to explore those ventures in this comic. So, with that intro out of the way, let's talk about Power Rangers issue number 1, because there is a lot to talk about with this brand new story arc we're starting up. So the issue opens up with the Omega Rangers training out in space, and I really love this training that they're doing because it reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, where they're just like dodging obstacles, they're sparring with each other. It reminds me so much of the anime and the manga back in the day, so I really love the nice little reference that Ryan put in this series here for Power Rangers with the gravity training. I don't know if it's a direct reference to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but that's the vibes I'm getting. Not only that, there's this strange cat creature just hanging out on the ship, and if you don't know who this cat creature is, it first appeared in Go-Go Power Rangers issue 31, where Jason, Zack, and Trini first went out into space and they went to find the Empowered, and this is one of the creatures they found. So it's what I love about Ryan and his writing, because he always has a callback to certain stuff he's done in certain issues here and there. So to see a space creature that I kind of forgot about coming back into the series is really awesome. So after that, we then cut to the Mighty Morphin team hanging out on the beach, and then the Omega Rangers show up and you have a nice little reunion. But this nice little reunion is cut short because they then cut away to the command center where we're learning about the Imperials. The Omega Rangers are telling Zordon and the Mighty Morphin team about the Imperials, and they sort of give them the rundown of what happened, where he destroyed a planet with 12 million people on there, and it's kind of scary for the Rangers. And what's interesting is, not even Zordon knows about these things, or they're not on the database that Alpha brings up. So Zordon says the universe is full of dark things in the corner that not even he knows about. So that's freaking crazy that Zordon does not know anything about these Imperials, which I thought he might, because these Imperials have been around for a really long time. But if Zordon doesn't know anything about these things, then that's some serious business. So the Omega Rangers eventually learn that Drakken is at the bottom of the command center in the prison cell. So they say to Zordon, we need to talk to this Drakken guy, we need to talk to Drakken and learn what he was possibly running from. So they confront Drakken, and Jason's like, hey, Zordon says you are running from something. What's so scary that can make Lord Drakken turn tail and run? And Drakken's like, you've seen it. I can tell by the look on your face. You saw what I saw. The World Ravagers, the Corruptors, the Imperials. So this is where it confirms that the Imperials is a race of people, and there is more than one out there, which we kind of guessed because the Imperials did have an interesting bit of dialogue saying, hey, we all have a master to serve. And this is where Drakken just taunts them even more, saying, hey, I know enough about them, enough to get far away out of here from possible, and if you were me, or you had the amount of intelligence that I had, I'd do the same thing. And then Tommy comes in, and Tommy's like, he's lying. Whatever these Imperials have, they're dangerous, so tell us whatever you know, because I'm you. I can tell when I'm lying. So Drakken says the Imperials are an ancient race you cannot fathom. The last one I saw tore apart one of your emissaries in half like it was made out of tissue. And they're coming. And when they come, they're going to burn the earth to the ground, and I'll be sitting right here in my cell, because you guys are probably not going to leave your earth. You're probably going to try and fight it, and everything is going to be destroyed. So Drakken's super chill about this whole situation, saying, yeah, these things are coming, and while the world's burning, I'm just gonna sit in my cell and relax. So Drakken is super chill about this, but I also loved having Tommy and Drakken have a confrontation with each other, because the last time we saw these two confront each other, like, sort of face to face, was back in issue 51, but also in the Shattered Grid finale. So it's cool to see having these two characters just have a back and forth dialogue with one another, because Tommy really hates Drakken, and Drakken really hates Tommy, because they don't want to become one another later down the line. So I freaking love seeing these two characters have an interaction with each other. And if Drakken is going to be a mainstay on the Omega Rangers, which you can kind of find out by the end of the issue, I'm really excited to see him stick around for more. So after that, you then have the Omega Rangers talking to Zordon saying, hey, we need this guy with us, he knows stuff about these Imperials, he should be with us, he can maybe help us out. And Zordon's like, nope, no way. Me and Alpha are going to use our resources and aid your investigation, because if we let Drakken out, he might destroy the universe again, because Zordon has this line saying, I've been protecting the universe for over 1,000 years, and Drakken is the closest thing I've ever gotten to losing it. I will not risk it happening again for any reason. Zordon then closes the conversation with saying, hey, you guys are no longer Power Rangers, which means you're no longer under my supervision or purview, so that means Drakken is my responsibility, he stays in the cell. Is that understood? So Zordon's laying down the law, and you get to see him do it more in this issue, which we'll talk about later, because Zordon's like, Drakken's my responsibility, he's staying right the fuck in that cell down there. Don't take him out, whatever you do not take Drakken out of that cell. Wink wink, is probably going to happen this issue. So yeah, Zordon is very, very demanding and affirmative in this issue, which I like to see him do in the comics, because you see him being more than a floating head in the tube that gives advice. You actually see him show emotion, which is really cool. So after that, you then get a couple of pages of the Rangers hanging out in the juice bar, but I love the line that Trini says as they enter the juice bar saying, hey, why did we come here instead of seeing our parents because we've been gone for so long, which is kind of a funny line. Like, the Omega Rangers have been in space for a couple of months, and the first thing they do is hit up the juice bar, not stop by their parents and see how they're doing and stuff like that. It's like, nah, they're going to the juice bar to hang out like old times. That is just great. I like that line that Ryan wrote in there. But what's also really interesting is Candace shows up in this issue. And if you remember last week, we had that big reveal with Candace where it turned out she was an Eltarian. Big plot twist. Everyone went nuts over it, including myself. But Candace shows up again, and Skull's like, hey baby, see these three losers? They signed up for some sort of peace conference in Switzerland. And yeah, but Candace has this weird line where she just sits down, she puts her hand on her chin, and she just has this one line in the entire comic saying, not the entire comic, the entire issue, where she says, welcome home. So I want to read into that much as possible, but I can't do it too much. But does that mean Candace is aware of the Omega Rangers out there if she has a line like that in there? I don't know, but oh, Candace is such a mystery, and I can't wait to learn more about her next issue of Mighty Morphin. There's so much I want to talk about with Candace and what I want to know about her, but that's going to have to wait. So after that, you then have Jason and Rocky sparring with each other, and I really like the back and forth that they have with each other in this issue, where Jason's saying, hey, I visited more planets than I have states, and then Rocky says, oh, that's really cool, space is awesome, the only cool thing we've had recently is the all-new Green Ranger, and Jason's like, the who? And this is where he gets caught off guard and Rocky gets the upper hand in him, and it's the biggest tease of that brand new Green Ranger we've had for the past couple of months, where we still don't know who it is as of recording this video. Like, we still don't know who the brand new Green Ranger is, and little teasers like that is nice because we still don't know who it is, but it's like sort of our reaction as well. Like, the audience's reaction is Jason's reaction, or Jason's reaction is the audience's reaction, but we still don't know who the brand new Green Ranger is, and Rocky just casually throws it out saying, yeah, that's the only cool thing that's happened to us, a brand new Green Ranger. So these next couple of pages in the juice bar are very emotional. They're very gut-punching moments in the comic, where you have Aisha, Trini, and Kimberly at the juice bar, and they're sort of talking about the situation right now, where Aisha says, hey, you've got super alien tech and these empowered, you'll find these planet-destroying guys in no time, and Trini says, we've tried everything, that's why we came to Zordon. And we'd thought that Zordon's would be understanding, but he's not going to let us do what we want to do. And this is where Tommy butts in and says, hey, Zordon's right, we all know what Drakken's capable of, and do we want to risk getting him out? What will go wrong if he escapes? Because if he hurts anyone, It's on you. Then Trini butts in saying, hey, what about the people who get hurt because we don't do anything? Who's that on? So they have this interesting moral dilemma back and forth between each other, and this is where Trini just stands up saying, you weren't there, Tommy, you didn't see what that thing could do. It wiped out an entire planet. That might sound like a number to you, but think about everyone you know, everyone you've ever loved, everyone you'll ever meet, all gone just like that. We don't have an obligation to try and stop it from happening again. And Tommy butts in saying, hey, I'm sorry that happened to all those people, but don't sacrifice yourself for a single planet. And Trini just walks away saying, there may be millions of planets out there, Tommy, but not all of them are lucky enough to have Power Rangers. So I'm going to take that last sentence with a grain of salt, because is Ryan hinting at other Ranger teams out there in space we'll be seeing in this comic? Because we kind of know about the supersonic Rangers that happened before the series began, but does this mean we're going to see other Rangers in this comic that, like, brand new Rangers? Like, will we see Sentai exclusive Rangers being adapted into the comics? I don't know, but that line is very interesting because we kind of know that other planets do have Rangers out there, and are we going to meet them in this comic? That is the interesting question we've got here. So after that, we then cut back to Jason and Rocky, where they have this heart-to-heart where Rocky says, I always thought you were a little disappointed in you, and Jason goes, why would I be disappointed in you? The planet's still here, so you must be doing something right. And this is where Rocky says, I know, but the point is, when you were the Red Ranger, you were in charge. When Grace was the Red Ranger, she was in charge too. Billy even told me when you went to this brand new planet and you were with Trini, she was the Red Ranger and she was in charge. So it seems like the Red Ranger's supposed to be the leader, but I'm not. And this is an interesting dilemma or train of thought that Rocky has, because in Power Rangers the Red Ranger is always the leader, but in Mighty Morphin, when Tommy took over as the White Ranger, he became the leader and Rocky just sort of became somewhat second in command, or Billy became second in command, because Rocky is still learning the ropes of being a Ranger, and I can totally understand where he's coming from. And with that big speech that Rocky gave where he thinks that the Red Ranger is supposed to be the leader, I wonder if Ryan is setting something up later down the line in this arc or in a future arc where Tommy's going to be out of commission and Rocky is going to have to step forward and become the leader eventually. Because that'd be a really interesting concept to develop Rocky some more in the comics by giving him the leader role in this comic, making him take charge and give orders. I would love to see that later down the line. Maybe Ryan will do it, maybe Ryan won't do it, but that is an interesting train of thought that Rocky has in this issue. So Jason then replies with, Rocky, we came here because we didn't know what to do. We lost our leader and we're flying in blind, so if I'm in charge, I'm not doing a very good job. But I will say this, you don't need a color to define you. I don't care if you're the leader or not, every day I'm out there, you risk your life to protect my friends and my family right here, and I don't ask for anything in return. How can I be disappointed in that? So that's a really nice moment they have between Rocky and Jason, where Jason's being like the mentor to Rocky and passing down the torch of the Red Ranger, because these two characters never interacted in the show at all. So to see Jason and Rocky just interacting with one another in the comic and having this like student to mentor moment is really nice, because so far almost all the Stone Canyon trio have had a moment with their successes. We had one with Aisha and Trini in Necessary Evil. I don't think Zach and Adam have had one so far, if I remember correctly, but now we've had one between Rocky and Jason, and I really like that moment they had in this comic. I think that's one of the strong moments in this issue. One of the stronger moments in this issue with Power Rangers. Like, that's one of the standout things I got from reading this issue, that is for sure. So in the next couple of pages in this comic turns into some sort of Ocean's 13, break in, break out, get into the command center, get past their security systems. It's really well drawn. I love this art style as they break into the command center, because they don't use much dialogue with some of the pages, and it just suits it so well. You just have like certain sound effects here and there, just no one's talking that much because you got to keep it down. Like, you can't have too many comedic lines here and there because someone might hear you. But I freaking love the security that the command center has. Like, they've got these little drones flying around, they've got laser doors and stuff like that. It is freaking awesome. So they bust Drakken out of jail, and I love the banter that Drakken has with the Omega Rangers. Like, everything he says is taunting him, and Jason says, hey, if you try anything funny, I'm opening that airlock and you're gonna walk right through it. And I can't guarantee we're gonna be on a planet when that happens. That is just awesome dialogue. Awesome dialogue. I love it. I love the band. I'm excited for Drakken to join the Omega Rangers because he's going to have some interesting banter and choice of words while hanging out with the Omega Rangers, because most of these people he killed or destroyed in his world, like depowered them. So, oh man, I'm just going to have so much fun having Drakken with the Omega Rangers just chilling out in space with him. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, I can tell. So after that, Alpha shows up and he's begging the Rangers to put Drakken back in his cell because he doesn't want to have to hurt his friends. And as he's playing with him, Drakken just walks right up to Alpha and whomps him right in the face, punching him into the wall. And Jason just grabs Drakken by the scruff of the neck saying, don't you ever touch Alpha ever again. And Drakken's just taunting him saying, Jason, he's a robot, he'll be just fine. Oh man, like, Drakken is such a dick, but he also says, hey, you can either help your silly robot friend, or we can escape right now and save the universe. You only have time to do one, so what are you gonna do? And Jason goes with the ultimatum of getting the fuck out of there. So Zordon appears and Jason's like, hey, I'm sorry about hurting Alpha. We'll return Drakken as soon as we deal with these Imperials. So until then, and this is where Zordon's like pissed off. Like, he is sparking lightning out of his eyes saying, Jason, this is a betrayal for everything we stand for. Everything we stand for. If you take Drakken right now, I will not hesitate to unleash everything at my disposal at you. So stop right now. So then Jason just replies with, hey Zordon, your way isn't the only way. You've been on Earth way too long and you can't see that anymore. For what it's worth, I'm sorry it had to end like this. And then on the final page, you've got everyone standing on the ship. It's a freaking awesome panel. You've got Trini and Jason to the left. Jason's like looking behind him. You've got Drakken in the middle with a brand new swankin' looking outfit, looking awesome. I love that outfit that Drakken's wearing. Looks awesome. And you've got Zack standing beside Drakken. You've got the giant space kitty beside him. You've got 11 in the chair. It's a freaking awesome ending panel to start this issue off, but I'm excited for Drakken's space adventures next month and moving forward in the nearby future. Having Drakken on the team, I'm excited for what's to come next, that is for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up Power Rangers issue number 1. I'm excited to see what Ryan's got in store for this comic because I love the Omega Rangers, I love Drakken. I'm excited to see these characters having chemistry and working together in this comic because this is going to be focusing on the Omega Rangers in this comic and Drakken and whatever they meet out in space. So I'm really excited to see what Ryan has in store with this comic. But overall, I think it was a really good, solid first issue. We kind of knew they would break Drakken out in space, out of the jail in the first issue, but now we kind of know that Drakken isn't the Green Ranger that has been teased for months. So he is officially out of the picture now that he's hanging out in space with the Rangers. But that leaves another question that fans have been asking. Will Lord Drakken become an Omega Ranger? Anyway, folks, with that question hanging in the air, I'm going to wrap things up here now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Tell me what you guys thought of the issue down below, and what would you guys like to see in this Power Rangers Omega comic? Tell me down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear opinions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Take care. Bye.
Dynamite.